Hey everyone, I just want to try to do a how-to video on how I do the rust and patina. I know I haven't done a lot of that on the channel. I do have a couple of rusted builds that I've done, but there's one build I just finished earlier this week that I posted on some Facebook groups and on Instagram. I haven't put it on my Facebook page yet, which I need to do that. By the time you see this video, it'll probably be on my Facebook page. I'll show you what the truck is real quick. Bear with me, I'm still coughing and stuff. I'll do a little video on that as soon as I can. But I've had a lot of questions on how I done the patina on that. So far, it's the one that's turned out the best for me. I usually go overboard with the rust, and I'm really happy with that one. I'm going to have the booth on, so it's probably going to be noisy, and I hope everybody can hear me. I'm going to do this step by step, so there'll be a lot of pauses and splicing videos together. So I'm going to get started with this. Okay, I'm going to turn the booth on. I have a couple of parts from the parts box here, from some stuff that I bought real cheap at shows. This is like a Chevy or GMC hood. I don't know which one exactly it is. And then I have one of the fenders for the bed. And I'm going to start with the hood. The booth is going on. I'm going to use the trusty old Duplicolor primer. This is the black primer. All I'm going to do is just prime it like I normally do anything else. Just do light coats until you get some build up, and then I usually give one good coat. Bear with me, I'm going to try to keep it in the view here. And I may not be doing this right to you guys, but this is how it works for me. And haven't had any problems with basically pouring the primer on it. So I got some good build up there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it soaked. I haven't cleaned up these parts other than wiping them down with some rubbing alcohol. I think that's, for what I'm doing, I think that's going to be pretty good coverage right there. So got a coat of black primer on that. Get the nozzle cleaned out on that. For the bed side, I'm going to do it in red primer. Sorry about that, guys. I had a phone call that I had to answer. For the bed side, I'm going to do some red primer. Again, it's Duplicolor. Same way, I just get some light coat started. We'll let that kind of set up for a second. And then we'll get some full coverage on that. Again, I know this is probably not going to be right to a lot of you guys, but like I said, it works for me. Got some pretty good coverage on there. This primer here, it kind of attacks the plastic a little bit. You can see there, but that ain't no big deal. All we're needing it for is the color. So that's it on that. I'm going to pause the video here, and then I'll be back as soon as those dry, and we're going to get some color on those. So I'll see you in just a split second for y'all. Alright, since the primer is dry, we're going to get started on spraying some color on the hood. I'm going to use this color right here. It's called Koi Pond Satin Valspar color. I normally don't use this paint on the bodies of my builds, but it was left over for a project my wife wanted, so I decided it'd be a pretty good color to use on that build that I done. So what we're going to paint, or what I'm going to paint, is the hood that I primed black, and we're going to spray this Koi Pond Satin on there. So we'll get some color on this. I'm going to try to keep it in the viewfinder. It's pretty tough to look behind the phone and go, so I'll let it kind of tack up for a minute. This stuff seems to take a few minutes to build up good coverage. Like I said, I'm not doing this the right way that most people would think is the right way, but it works for me. I sling the paint on there pretty thick, and it's already got a piece of trash in it, but I'm not going to worry about that. It'll still turn out pretty good because I still got a sand on it. This is going to be a step-by-step of how I done everything on the build that I done patina and rust on. Maybe we can get the rest of the color on this thing right now. Yeah, I think that'll be good enough for what I'm needing to show you guys. That paint likes to splatter a good bit. The next part I'm going to do is on the bedside here that I primed in red. For it, I'm going to use the acrylic enamel gloss black. The only reason I'm using gloss black, it doesn't really matter what color you use. You know, you don't have to use the same exact colors that I'm using. I'm just showing you how I done the patina on that. You could change up the primer colors, whatever you want to do. It's totally up to you. But this can only has probably that much paint in it, and it'll be good for small parts and stuff like that. And I figured it'd be a pretty good can to use for this. I used the gloss black on my build too, so mainly to get rid of it. I'm trying to get rid of some of the half or less cans of paint that I have. So we'll get the black sprayed on this. We'll let that set up for just a few seconds. What I was talking about, that blue splatter, and it's all up my arm. My arm wasn't even near it. It's a really messy paint. I think it's the way the can is designed. Alright, I'm going to finish getting this black on here. I think that looks pretty good for what I need to show you guys what I'm going to do with it. And also know I should be wearing a respirator. Even though the booth does work really efficient, I don't know, I guess we all take shortcuts sometimes, but the booth works pretty good. I understand that it's the overspray and some of the chemicals in the paint could still get in my lungs, but you know, you only live once, so oh well. But to pause it right here. On your side, it'll be a split second. I'm going to let that dry up. The blue is an enamel, so it's not really going to dry. I'll give it about an hour, and then I'm going to start doing what I need to do on that. The black, it's an acrylic enamel. It dries a good bit quicker, but it still won't be fully dry, but that's all right for what I'm wanting to do and show you guys. It'll be just fine. I'll see you guys in a little.